Hi friends, my name is Naresh. Thank you so much for visiting this channel and showing your support by viewing this video. So in this two-part video series, I'm going to share with you the two problems that I'm sure that each and every one of us can relate and understand regarding on how can we save money for our future. And if you're interested to know what are the first problem that I'm going to share with you and potentially understand how to solve this, let's get into it without wasting any more time, right? So again, hi, thank you so much for joining me in this session. So my name is Naresh, and today I'm going to talk to you about how we can use gold to help save our money for our future. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how we can use gold to protect us against inflation. So for some of you who might not know what does I mean by inflation, so I believe that if you look at the picture over here, this briefly tells you on what do I mean by inflation. So for instance, if you look at the picture on the left, which is basically telling you on how much items that we can buy using 100 ringgit in the year 2000. So in the year 2000 with 100 ringgit, you can get X number of items, and you can see that across the time, though the 100 ringgit is still there, but it is not translatable into the same number of items that we can buy across the time. So this means that the value of our money is decreasing over time. So this is the first problem that I'm sure everybody can relate to. So what are we going to do about it? So we know that we work so hard, we save our money, but only to know that later, uh, years down the road, that this money has lesser value than it used to have. So how can we solve this problem? So the solution here is we need to protect the value of our money. So how do we protect them? So it sounds easy, right? Protect the value of our money, but then how to do it? So there are few ways. First is by taking advantage of the savings account, which is something that everybody knows. But some people, they also like to use fixed deposit, which is also another way on how you can protect the value of your money. But there are also other ways on how you can protect or even grow the value of your money by using, for example, a real estate, stock market, and of course precious metals. So these are just some of the ways on how you can protect the value of your money, and in the next slide I'm going to tell you what are the pros and cons of each of these methods available. So in this table you can see we know that we need to protect the value of our money by putting it somewhere, but where? Right? So savings account is the one of the easiest way or easiest platform that we know, because that is the first thing we do as we grow up. We open an account in a bank or in a financial institution, and we keep our money there, and save our money there. And we know that it's very easy to do. It doesn't require a big starting capital, but it comes with a caveat. So what are the challenges involved? So the challenges of this savings account is that it gives you a very low interest rate. So in that sense, you need to find another way, or what are the available platforms out there which gives you a better return than savings account. So that's where people look at fixed deposit. So fixed deposit, it gives you a better return as compared to savings account. Usually it comes with a few challenges. The first is that you need to have a bigger starting capital. Usually they need perhaps like 10,000 ringgit or even 5,000 ringgit, and you have to lock this amount of money with that particular institution for a period number of time. And though there are some institutions allow you to withdraw as and when you require, usually this comes with a particular charge that will again eat away the interest that we are aiming for initially. So these are the ways on how people can take advantage on how they can grow the value of their money. And apart from that, we also can grow the money using real estate. So these are basically assets that appreciates over time, right? So there is a famous investor known as Robert Kiyosaki. He is a very famous real estate investor. So basically what he does, he invests his money to buy real estate properties, and then he rent it out. So basically when you rent out your property, you get your cash flow in terms of rental. So when that cash flow, the rental uh, is more than enough to pay the mortgage of that particular property, then that is where you get your positive cash flow and becomes your passive income. But it comes with the challenges as well, right? So it sounds easy, okay, but what are the challenges when it comes to playing this game? So it requires even a bigger capital. And then so for you to after you search for a property, and then you negotiate with the landlord or with the developer, and then you manage to acquire it, and then you need to flip this property in order to earn your money, because you only can see the appreciation, the growth of your money when you sell it, right? And it's not easy actually, okay, though it sounds easy, but it's actually not easy. So this is one potential challenge that when it comes to real estate. And apart from that, we can also grow our money using stock market. And so stock market, as the name sounds, it's very tricky, it's very risky if we don't know what we are doing. Okay, so to be honest, I'm also investing in the stock market, and I need to learn a lot of things when it comes to stock market. So as I spend my time learning on how to grow my money using stock market, I also look at other avenues on how can I grow the value of my money. and and last but not least, and talking again about stock market, so there is a potential that the money that we save or the money that we invest in the stock market will grow in the long run, and it gives you a dividend. Okay, if you choose good businesses to invest, good businesses usually they make money. So when they have extra money, they will actually pay back to the shareholders in the form of dividend. But of course, the challenge here is that how to identify good businesses. So this is where we need to do a lot of reading, a lot of study. So that's where the challenge lies when it comes to investing using stock market. And if we choose the wrong stocks to begin with, okay, our hard-earned money will go to zero very fast. So this is the challenge when it comes to investing in the stock market. So apart from stock market, there is also another way on how we can uh, protect the value of our money by using precious metals. So here I'm going to talk to you about precious metals, especially talking about gold. So gold again is another asset that will appreciate over time. And it is also said that gold is the original form of money from the historical perspective. So meaning since long time back, gold has been the currency where people use to exchange for goods and services. Therefore, until today, the respect for gold as an alternative form of money, or rather the original form of money, is still there. Um, so again, though this goal sounds very great, but it also has its own set of challenges. So the first challenge is that it doesn't give you dividend. And simply because that this is basically money doesn't give you dividend only when you invest into something, into businesses like stock market, right? When you invest in a business, they make money, therefore you get dividend. But in gold, there is no dividend. So this is the first challenge. Second challenge is that gold investment may not be Sharia compliant. So what do I mean by that? So Sharia compliant simply means that the ability of the company having physical gold in their warehouse. So when they sell, so when we buy gold from public gold, right? The fact that they have the physical gold to give it to you for that exchange to take place, that means that this transaction is Sharia compliant. So that is basically what it means. The reason why I bring this matter up, because there are other institutions out there also allow us to open a gold account with them, okay, where you can invest by using the gold price with them. Unfortunately, not all of them have this physical backing of gold in their safe deposits. Basically, the transaction that we make with them are basically paper transactions. So this is one caveat where if we think that we want to hold the physical gold, we just can't, simply because these institutions do not have that physical form of gold. However, in the solution that I'm going to talk to you today, they have the capability to provide us the physical form of gold for our safekeeping. Um, so here you might be wondering. So Naresh, you spoke about how gold can be used to protect against inflation, but so is inflation going to be that bad that I need to think of this alternative? You might ask. So let me introduce you this situation which took place in Venezuela. So if you look at the picture over here, it's basically the picture of a roll of tissue, and you can see a stack of cash over here. So this stack of cash is basically 2.6 million bolivar. So in order to buy one roll of tissue, you need to have 2.6 million bolivar, which is the currency of Venezuela. And if you look at the picture on the right, similarly, in order to buy one whole chicken, you need 14.6 million bolivar. So what happened here? So you need to literally be millionaires in order to buy goods in Venezuela. Is this something that you are proud of? So when you spend millions of money just to buy this roll of tissue, that doesn't mean that that roll of tissue is of superb quality. That simply means that the value of the money has decreased so much, right? So if you ask whether can this problem occur, so I just showed you an example that which took place in real life. All right, and this is one of the newspaper article, which is a news article by Reuters, where they said that where they reported that Venezuela inflation accelerates to 65.7% in November, which means that the value of their money is decreasing by 65.7%. I mean, this is very saddening. I wish our salary grows by 65.7%. But here, no matter how hard we work, the value of the money is decreasing year after year. So this is where we need to take action by converting a portion of our savings in the form of gold and ride the momentum in the long run. All right. And so this is where I'm going to talk to you about on how can we protect the value of our money by using gold bars. So if you see the picture over here in the year 2000, and you also can see the price of the gold bar on the table over here. So in the year 2000, 1 gram of gold is worth 34.56 ringgit. And if you see in the year 2010, the same gram of gold, right, you can see this is the gram of gold over here, is worth 120 ringgit. And in the year 2020, 1 gram of gold is worth 207 ringgit. So you can see that how by converting a portion of our savings in the form of gold and just keep that gold for years down the road. So potentially not only the value of our money is protected, but it is the value of our money also grows a long time. So this is where the power of converting into gold can be seen over the long term, right? And so that is the end of my presentation this for this episode. There is another problem that I'm sure all of us also face, but that is something that I will talk to you in the next episode. So thank you so much again for joining me in this session, and please show your support by joining my Telegram group known as Diversify with Gold, where I can actually share with you more information regarding how you can invest in the form of gold for the future. And with that said, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.